so much in it, not just homosexuality and coming out, but the Catholic Church, pregnancy, drugs, parent-child relationships, friendships, body image.
There's a love story about two boys, Jason and Peter, at a Catholic boarding school, but they can't come out because the church is very ignorant.
I think the core of it is this really beautiful love story. It's a tragic love story, but it's just really a really beautiful love story. And I hope people look at it that way.
Playing Jason is a difficult role to play because he's constantly driven by fear and a sense of needing to please those around him.
Playing Peter has been a really interesting part so far because he is constantly dealing with the struggle of whether or not to come out. He wants to tell people very badly, but there's the struggle between, I mean, he goes to a Catholic boarding school and there's a huge struggle there.
An interesting element of this character, and I'm sure for Braxton as well, is being in love with someone who you aren't in love with and being able to convince an audience that there's actual love, which is something that, I mean, you can't just show like on a page. Love is something that the audience has to feel.
Finding the chemistry between Peter and Jason was, a lot of it was just found through the music and the play itself. The music is extremely deep and it has a lot of meaning in it, so a lot of it just came straight from that.
Well, the cast is courageous and they take risks and they're open and they come in without judgment or stereotype of any sexuality or gender. But the research they did and the time they spent in developing characters, I think they've done the work. It's been incredible. At the end, it'll be very clear about what needs to change and how we can all sort of learn from this, whether we have a child who is gay, whether how the church can be involved. So that's why we chose to do the show. There's a lot in it, and a lot of people, there might be people who are offended, but it needs to be said, and we're proud of that actually.
My mom, she said never to